Welcome to the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. I'm Joey Calvo. We are continuing we're going to call this a series now. I have my old classmate, Jonathan Black, out on the road tonight. And before we get started, first thing I'm going to state that Jonathan is not an expert. All views of his are his opinions and not reflected on this podcast. Second, we are coming up to Election Day, and I cannot stress this enough because it's being stressed at me. Make sure on November 5th, you get your voice heard. Go out and vote. If you're not registered to vote, it's kind of too late on that, but it doesn't mean you can't register to vote for the next election. If you are registered to vote and you have the mail-in ballots, follow your state on when the last day to request a mail-in ballot is. I have to physically call because I haven't received mine, and they sent it out at the end of September. But we definitely need to get the vote out. No ifs, ands, or buts. You choose who you feel will hear your voice. All right? You're going to hear all these commercials about immigration and economy and this and that and that and that. You have to go with what you believe in. Okay? If you feel that abortion should be banned, vote for Trump. So they say. If you want Social Security protected, vote for Kamala. Okay? Again, that's your choice. But definitely, if you want your voice heard, get out and vote on November 5th. So, with that being said and done, I mentioned to Jonathan that we are going to chat politics. Now, of course, the big story around here is what happened at the Trump rally in New York yesterday with comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, whatever his name is, calling Puerto Rico an island of garbage in the ocean. And it is being reflected all over, especially in the swing state of Pennsylvania, where everybody that is Puerto Rican are going to vote for Harris, which may kill Trump's chances of getting back in office. Trump keeps saying that he has nothing to do with the views of that comedian, but the damage is being done. And then, of course, on the Harris side, believe it or not, at this time, as we're talking, Jonathan, Bruce Springsteen is 2 miles away from me at Temple University. Uh-oh.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Him, Barack Obama, and John Legend are 2 miles away from me at the Lee Sports Center.
John Legend's back in
Philly. He's in Philly right now. Yep.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I don't know if he brought Chrissy Teigen with him though.
Breaks my.
Yeah, but he's here with Bruce and Barack Obama getting out the vote. So definitely, like I said, folks, get out the vote. It's on the bottom. You want your voice heard? Do it. Okay. If you don't vote, don't bitch. That's all I'm going to say.
Tell him, Joey.
Yeah, don't bitch, because if you don't make your choice, nobody's going to hear you. Okay? So get out and vote. Jonathan has his own theories on that, so I'm going to let him go at this point because I've said enough. So nice. Go for it.
Well, you said the standard, and let me shut that off.
Yeah.
But it's Only in my opinion.
Yes.
But I do research. I don't listen to any of the news because anybody who does is a fool. Or my ancestors, so to speak, in a way, they always used to say, "Don't believe everything you always hear on the news," and they're right because it's propaganda. They call it, and it's just to sway your thinking. It's about programming the way you think and believe, and to get you to do what they want you to do. And it's on all sides. And to be honest with you, Kamala and Trump, they're probably on the same team, but you're not supposed to know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally would push for voting for Trump. And I think if you didn't, I think there's two possibilities going to happen. One is that Trump is already guaranteed to win. I knew he was going to win the first time because I seen,
Mm-hmm.
you got to understand, the Vatican controls everything. They always did for at least 2,000 years, really more.
Yeah.
And they lost control. It was prophesized that they would get a head wound, and that it would recover from that head wound miraculously, and the world would be amazed in awe. And that's talking about the head of power
Mm-hmm.
of the beast, and that's the Pope. And
Mm-hmm.
it said that it would be for 1,260 years exactly before that head wound that they would rule the world, and that's exactly to the day how long they were in power.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was it? They were taken out of power, which means the head wound. They received the head wound to the head is your power.
Mm-hmm.
And then Napoleon gave the Vatican and the Pope back authority to take over control again. And so the head wound was healed, and now we're still in that. It's still controlling the world. If you notice, all religion masters, the Buddhist, everybody goes and kisses the ring of the Pope. It
Yep.
shows the authority. And well, not really, because there's three popes. The
Yeah.
most powerful is called the Gray Pope, which we've never seen. The
Mm-hmm.
Black Pope we see, and he's second in power, and he has authority over the White Pope.
Okay.
It's like the Wizard of Oz game, right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And so, but this is the first time we have it's Jewish people or Jewish-like people,
Mm-hmm.
Jewish
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that are the Jesuit Jews. They're the men in black, you can call them.
Yeah.
They're the priests that wear the black with the little white thing.
Yeah, with a little white collar. Yeah.
Yeah, they're men in black, and uh, they're called the Jesuit order, and like things like a Jesuit assassin,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and a Jesuit priest. And that is a whole big deep dive. But I just want to point that out because we could have many podcasts just on that one topic.
Yeah.
What it is Trump. So back to why I got into that.
Yeah.
Right before Trump was elected the first time, him and Hillary were sitting next to each other during what's called the Jesuit dinner, which is kind of like a roast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that they choose who wins. Okay. And so they chose Trump to come up, and he roasted, Hillary. And and during key moments, he was doing, this is the 666 hand sign. You
Yeah.
go 666,
Yeah.
and he at key points of things he would say, he would do that 3 times, like saying 666.
Six. Yeah.
And so I was like, because I'm a perceiver and I see things, I know
Yeah.
things. I go, so everything he said, it sounded good for us, but what he's
Yeah.
saying is that's for us, the power head, and
Yeah.
the bishop was standing next to him, and he had his eyes open while everybody else was like praying, kind of, and he's has his eyes open, and he's smirking, and he's elbowing Trump like, yep, and we're gonna pick, and you're gonna be president. So I
Yep.
knew he was gonna.
Yeah.
The second time he lost because that's his job. It's all part of the script. Because
Okay.
wanted to make a mockery out of America, and they're really just laughing in our face. And I don't think, from what I see, they're all on the same team. They're all actors, and
So
and
so
Cam
you're so we're so
she's a liar, and she's such a bad liar that I think because it's an act. She's
okay.
supposed to look like a liar. She
Okay.
says about Trump. You can go look it up, and it's a lie. You
Okay.
gotta. But what I would like to say is this.
Yeah.
I don't like either one of them. I found things about. I researched them both, and I researched Trump, and it was hard to find anything on Trump that was bad.
Right.
I was found mostly good, actually.
Right.
He helps the black community. He always did his whole life.
Yeah.
He buys people homes, pays off their homes because they help. He seems like a wonderful man, to be honest.
Right.
And he's a genius. He's a pro.
Yeah.
But I found two things. I found that thing that was my first giveaway with Trump, that there's something not right here with him.
Yeah.
And then the second thing I found was how, excuse me, I didn't, but is how he and his wife, I think it was his wife that I think that was before this one. I think, I'm not sure. You'd have to look that up. But
It's either Ivana or oh God,
got to break out the list of wives.
Yeah. He's been married 3 times. There's Marla. That was the second wife. So it's either Ivanka or Marla, because Melania has her own speech.
Well, this is, but what I'll say is you can figure out which one it was, because it's the daughter that they have that is into modeling, okay? And
that's got to be Tiffany. That's got to be Tiffany. Tiffany's the one that graduated. Matter of fact, quick story in reference to Trump. I was doing some outside work, I'll call it, and there was you know how you go down, you're traveling down the street, and you see all these people holding signs saying like Kmart closing, 50% off and stuff in the middle of the streets, holding signs. Well, I was doing that. Trump was actually at Franklin Field, not far away, when his daughter Tiffany graduated from UPenn.
got it.
Yeah. So, and I think that's the one he had with I think he had her with Marla. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check.
I think he might.
But
I'm not sure.
yeah. But
everything's in our.
Go ahead.
They gave me all right. Anyway.
Yeah, we have to excuse him. He hasn't had dinner yet.
I haven't eaten. But so what it is what's odd, and I can't see how they didn't know. This connects to pedophilia. And the whole world knew that where she went, where they let her live as a young girl.
Yeah.
That the guy, I can't remember his name, but he's dead now.
Okay.
He created the whole runway, glam girl, the whole thing. He was the creator of it. He was famous. All the stars knew him. He had he had mansions around the world. And
Versace?
Huh? I can't.
Are you talking about Versace?
No, is he old and dead?
He's old, but he was murdered outside of his home, or in his home.
In another country?
No, I think it was in Florida.
Then I think this is different, because this guy, I'll tell you about it. I think that it's not him.
Okay.
I don't think it's Versace. I know that name, but anyway.
Okay.
Versace, isn't he a clothing manufacturing guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not him. No, it's
Yeah.
the guy.
Because he has a sister named Donatella.
No, all right. Well, it's not him because this guy's not into designing clothing.
Okay.
He is the creator of the whole scheme, like the glam thing. And
Yeah.
what he is he's the groomer. They call it. I listen to that word, the groomer. He
Right.
grooms the girls that do the runway.
Yeah.
They live with him, kind of the same thing, like the Playboy bunnies
Yeah.
with Hefner. Okay,
Yeah.
you live with him, right? This guy was the same way. So Trump had his daughter living with him to groom her for this.
Yeah.
There's no way that any father, if he knew what everybody knew, the guy was openly pedophile. It wasn't that hidden because they feel like they're the untouchables. Like we're so powerful, we're so this and that we can't even be touched. We can do whatever we want. The cops, we got them in the bag, and the judges, and so they think they're untouchables. But at some point, sometimes you push the wrong buttons, that system goes against you, and it
Yeah.
did because he was supposed to go to court for this pedophilia stuff because everybody knew it, you know. So there was no way Trump and his wife didn't know. So
Right.
that's odd to me. Okay,
Right.
I can't see how they could not have known.
Right.
This stuff was in the magazines and stuff, but and the things the guy would say openly is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so he left the country to run away from that to some other country, and he married a 16-year-old girl, and he died. He was in his 90s, I think, if I remember right. And so that was another thing I did not like. This is from deep covert research. That's what I do, and everybody should do it. They should never believe anything they hear, not even me. I don't want you to believe me. Go check me. That's what I do. That's how I find the best truths possible. Okay, and if we don't do that, then we're just rolling the dice, and I don't think we want to roll the dice on presidencies.
Right.
But now on the surface in my research, Kamala's the worst. I mean, look at what they're doing. They're having kids get transgender changes. We're paying for it.
Yep.
They're paying for illegals to have it. They're paying for prisoners to have it.
Yep.
And the thing is the way when you study psychology, what you'll find is that any kid that wants change their sex not happy with themselves. It's a psychological problem. They don't love themselves. So that's what needs to be addressed, not their sex change.
Right.
And
Right.
the other problem is they don't talk about this. They hide it. They hid the study. They're like, oops, we don't like the people to see what the study showed, so let's not show it.
Right.
So, but because what they found, we know what they found. They found that many kids that had it done, eventually they found out they made a big mistake. But guess what? There's no turning back. Now
that's right.
Children, you can't start a family ever in your life when you grow up, when you realize who you really are and what you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so really it's they need psychological help. They need counseling. Better yet, they need, me and people with magical techniques of going into the mind and clearing the problem. And so but they don't do that. They want to put them on drugs, counseling, whereas we could fix them in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
when
all these psych things are trauma-based, created from childhood traumas.
Yeah. When the psychiatrist put me on when they put me on whatchamacall, I can't remember which one of those famous drugs. It wasn't Adderall, I can say that. But when they put me on the medication for my anxiety and depression, it really did nothing. It really did nothing because it really doesn't do anything.
Right.
They say, "Oh yeah, take this and you'll be fine." It's like saying now take Ozempic, you'll lose weight. Okay, So yeah, I'm on Ozempic, but I still have to go get it because it's on hold in the pharmacy. But in reference to you know, what you're saying is, I mean, practically, we're just pawns. We're literally just pawns. Um, I mean, so
Wow.
in a
Don't
way,
when you hear this.
yeah, in a way, I mean, I've been saying to myself, even though, yeah, I have an idea who I'm going to vote for, and so on. But no matter what happens, we're going to pay a price one way or another. Okay,
Yeah.
like I said, the rumors are if Trump wins, Social Security is going to get gutted.
No,
Um,
no, that's not true. That's what the news is telling you.
yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, what they did was they twisted him. What he's saying, he does not ever want to get rid of that. Trump does seem to really love the people. All
Yeah,
right, that really does seem true, and I hope it is. But
right,
I'm very skeptical because I trust nothing, and
right,
it all should be that way.
right.
Now, what he actually is talking about is taking that Social Security away from illegal aliens.
Oh, okay,
That's what
okay.
he's talking about. See how they twist things?
Of course.
You have to check them. You have to
Yeah,
fact checkers because guess who owns the fact checkers? They
the
do.
media.
They do. Not
Yep.
just the media, the elite rich, the bankers, really.
Yeah.
Okay, bankers control everything. They control our governments. It's
Mm-hmm.
our currency is owned by bankers. It's US currency, which is a corporation. And you can look
Right.
it up. It's on a
Yeah.
stock exchange. There's three,
Okay.
all three listed as bank. So the U.S. corporation, that's why you have a president and a vice president. Where do we
Right.
see vice president and president? Only
Right.
in corporate.
Only corporations. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people don't educate themselves by studying. And that's what I do. And then I come in and I say, you guys have no clue what's going on.
Right.
This stuff is real. This is not theory, but it is my
Right.
opinion because I have to
Yeah.
say and it is only my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Right.
whatever. But it's actually
Right.
it's fact. It's facts. You cannot know this. No
Yeah.
one's gonna tell you that but somebody that's bold enough like me to put himself out to say it. Because people are afraid, because people get killed for saying these things. If it gets too large. Like if
Right.
this was to go
Right.
20 million people, you would never see my face again.
Right.
But
Right.
right now
Yeah. And
but
yeah.
now I see it going to go two ways. Trump is going to be president no matter what, but I think they might
Okay.
let Kamala cheat to win, and then they could show the people, they could arrest her and her whole team, news reporters and stuff, everybody who was in on the scam. Because if you really do your research, you find they're all actually lying about Trump. You can't really find it when you really look. It's so hard to find anything bad on Trump. I'm telling you the things that I can only find.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the other thing I don't like about Trump is ventilators. Ventilators kill people. Okay. And so what they wanted the ventilators for is anybody who came into the hospital for anything, they wanted to claim it was COVID, put them on the ventilators, and it could take months for them to be on a ventilator and die. And you'd be lucky. There was a nurse who was from Florida who went to New York to try to help because they had a big problem there in the hospitals, COVID. She put on a little secret spy cam on a button she bought because she wanted to show what was going on actually in the hospitals. And she was showing a patient's report. They came in for something else, it said on their paper. And she's talking to other nurses.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of nurses in there with her. They don't know it's being recorded. And so, but she wants everybody to see. And she's like, we all know that whenever we put people on ventilators, they are fortunate if they even survive it. And all the nurses went, and she says, we're getting paid for this. kill people. And they all went, and they turn around and they say, yep, we're getting paid, so let's get back to work.
Yeah.
So, and there there's so much control over media. Look at how, do you know, I was what they call shadow banned ever since about Trump started running the first time, because I was putting out bombs, and I was against Trump, but I voted for him only because I know more evil about Hillary, and there's no way. I'd rather have evil Trump than evil Hillary. She's more wicked.
Right.
She's disgustingly sick woman, what I found on her. And I won't even get into that because it's disgusting.
Okay.
But it comes down to pedophilia, all right? Because the rulers of this world always did a drug called adrenochrome, we call it today, and they sell it. And what it is they traumatize children sexually, and they mutilate them while they're alive to get their adrenaline pumped up, so that their blood gets flooded with high amounts of adrenaline, and they want pure blood. So they want these young children. They don't want somebody who's been eating McDonald's for 20 years to drink their blood to get high. It's a high after. It's anciently known as Satan's fountain of youth, because it pumps up full of adrenaline. So then they take the blood of the child after it's sacrificed, and they drink it, and they feel super adrenaline pumped up, powerful. And so that's why it's called Satan's fountain of youth.
Right.
And that's what all the world rulers always did. It goes back thousands of years. That's why you see child sacrifice in the Bible. This is what it was.
Okay.
So I think is about the end. I think Trump is going to be the savior of that, in a sense, even though there's teams of people. But I think that's kind of to lead us into thinking how great he is and good. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But I have a bad feeling about it in the end. I think it's a setup.
Yeah.
And so I think they're gonna either do that with Kamala, or he just wins. Either way, he's gonna be president.
Okay.
That's what I predict.
Okay.
And so, but if you want to vote for what truly looks better, if you do research like me, vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Kamala, she's a liar. She said all she does is lie, and she does word salads. It's like ridiculous. It's like she can never answer a question straight ever.
Right.
She claims she's American Indian at one time, then she claims she's black, and she's neither.
Yeah.
Her dad, actually, I saw him in an interview. Okay. Her dad is upset with her. She goes, I am embarrassed that she's doing this, saying she's Indian, American Indian, and she's, black. He says she's harming the family bloodline and our heritage.
Right.
So even her father came out publicly and is upset with her.
Okay.
All right, for that. Right. Then she put away, I don't remember, 8,000 people just because they smoked pot. Black men, of course.
Yep.
And in California, and then she goes, running for president. And she's on Joe Rogan or whatever, smoking weed. Wow, that's nice. That's like a kick in the nuts. To the people that she incarcerated for life, just for smoking some weed or having some weed on them.
Yeah.
It's just I could go on and on about her, and it's all factual. You can do your own research like I do.
Yeah.
These are the facts.
Right.
They're destroying the family. They got a man woman, doing government work, stealing people's clothes, putting them at the airport, wearing them, and then posting pictures of himself wearing another woman's clothes.
If you're talking about the transgender, I'm aware of that person because she's from Pennsylvania. She was actually secretary.
No, that's another one, Joey. I'm talking about the man who does this. He plays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They are making a mockery out of America. It's like it's intentional. I don't think because of any beliefs. It's just that they want to make America look so silly, like a circus sideshow clown. Because that's what it is. It's so hideous. And what has she done for the borders? We have people being killed by these people that her and Obama, because really it's Obama running them. He is the president right now.
Right.
He always was.
Yeah.
Kamala and Biden are puppets of Obama.
Yep.
Obama is a puppet of the Bush family. They're all in on it. I don't like the Bushes. And they're Republicans supposedly.
Yeah.
They give us this. You get to choose a side because they know through psychology that man has this tribal nature. That's why Rome would put out teams, and they would have the stadium where they would have fights, and people would choose their team, their tribe, and that's how they keep us from looking at them as a people, looking at the bankers and the kings and the corporations that are harming us.
Right.
Okay, they rule the world.
Yeah.
They have the money. They're the players. Okay, they're playing us like a chessboard, and we're we're pawns that they put out on the front line. They don't ever go to war.
Yep.
They play together. They're all friends.
Yeah.
All the world leaders are friends. And so a lot actually, even though they look a different color, you can go look up. Noah was president before they started registering, and Rick Washington, he was a president and he was black. And he's the only one, I think.
Of course, we lose that. Jonathan, just to let you know, if you can hear me, the signal got lost here, so that's why you got cut off. And he's frozen. If you're just joining, okay, there we go. I think we got him back. And of course, this is T-Mobile.
It's not connected in a bloodline wise. And I'm not sure about Trump, but I guarantee you, if you look, he was. But Biden is, Obama is. They're all related to Hillary Clinton's related to. Guess who else they're related
to? I don't know. I don't know, but just to let you know, we're getting cut off.
Yeah.
And I think we lost him. Yep. Yep. There we go. We're losing. We lost the signal. So, yeah, we were getting cut off between the T-Mobile on my end and your signal on your end. So some of the things you said in between from that Biden and Kamala and Hillary are all related to the Bush family, and they are somewhat related to someone before George Washington, which got me to question, on that. But I definitely know that it referenced it, and we lost him again. We're losing you again, John. Just to let you know, your signal's coming in and out.
My signal's good, so I don't. My signal's good.
Yeah. But when you're talking, yeah, I'm barely hearing you, John. I'm barely hearing you.
Now?
Yeah, right now I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you better now. Like I said, it's the signal around where you're at.
It should be better. I think we're having two. I think we both had some issues because I was hearing you no problem, and when you weren't hearing me.
Yeah,
Right.
because
So
I told you about how T-Mobile is with their Wi-Fi, with the live streams.
Right.
So
Yeah. Well, I'm on AT&T, so
yeah. But we also got to look at this. There's actually a Bush on TV as well, with in reference to today's show.
Well, I'm about to dump something real and true on you guys that's going to blow your mind.
Go for it.
Now, you probably didn't hear, they're all related to Aleister Crowley and Ozzy Osbourne.
What?
Yes.
Whoa.
Ozzy Osbourne goes to the Bush family Christmas stuff and to the holidays at the Queen of England. They're all related.
Wow.
Faces. If you look at their faces, they look like family.
Wow.
But check this out. This is gonna flip your lid. And this is factual because they claim it.
Yeah.
Okay? Barbara Bush's mother, okay? This is all Satanism. That's what people don't understand. They don't believe in God, they don't believe in Satan. Satan's real and they worship him. That's why they do blood sacrifices of children. And it's also used as a form of control over the rulers of the world by Satan. So that if they don't toe the line and they don't do what he commands them to do, because he's an alien or angel, same thing, right?
Okay.
He rules this world, and it even says so in the Bible. Okay? And Jesus even agreed with that when Satan said it to him. He says, I control all the armies of the world and all the kings and queens are rulers. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a fact when you understand, when you do research like this. You find out it's true. So basically, now Aleister Crowley, okay, and I forget his name, but he was one of those paperclip guys that was taken in by NASA and the government that worked for Hitler. And he was a scientist. He's the one who created rocket fuel.
Okay.
Rocket engines, okay, to shoot bombs.
Right.
Fly spaceships. And so I can't remember his name, but he was openly a Satanist, and so was Aleister Crowley, and so was Barbara Bush's mother. Okay? Barbara Bush's mother, all three of these people wrote in their books and spoke openly and publicly about this, how they got together to test the first nuclear bomb in the desert, and they put up an altar to Satan, and they called Satan and did a ritual to call in Satan into the body of Aleister Crowley while he impregnated Barbara Bush's mother on that altar. And they told us about this. Even Barbara Bush's mother openly wrote about this in her books.
In reference to who created rocket fuel was Robert H. Goddard.
Now, maybe it wasn't rocket fuel. I don't know. You have to do some research. You have to, if you type in Aleister Crowley, Barb. I can't remember. I don't remember if her name was Barbara too. I can't remember her name because this goes way, way back. Studies way back, so many years. And because I study my whole life, everything under the sun that I can get my hands on. I want to know what's going on. I want the truth because no one else gives it to you.
Right.
So I learned that when I became tax exempt, and the IRS said, "Oh, you caught us with our hands in a cookie jar. You're free. You don't have to pay."
Right.
And I found out that's for the majority of us. We don't have to pay.
Yeah.
But so that's what woke me up, and that was in 1991 and 92.
Right.
That was my big wake-up call, and then I had to question everything under the sun, and it hasn't ended. The rabbit hole never seems to quit. But so what I found was, and that's how I find cures for diseases, because I find the secrets that they hide. The cures were always here since the beginning of Adam and Eve, and that's where you find it actually. But you could find the cures in nature. You could find it in science if you know where to look. And I give people those sources so that they can go see for themselves. But we're lied to. There's almost everything we believe or are taught in school and on the news and in movies is all upside down, inside out, and sideways.
Right.
Back. And so it's that bad. And it's hard for people to know because they're indoctrinated by the same people in the school system. And that's what they found out. That's what the system of the beast was that we were warned about. It's a system of man. It even tells us the answer. And that's why it's the banking and financial system, the school system. They even name it systems. And they're not from anybody but man. So it is the system of man or beast because it tells you what the beast is. It says it's the number of man. But they translate it as a number of a man. So you're looking for this one particular guy when it's everywhere. See? And so that's just intentional bad translation is on purpose to leave you, on a goose chase.
Right.
Everything. And that's what people up to is the what I call Jesus said the truth, the church, meaning the teachers that teach. Okay, those are teachers of things. Yeah. All right. The church of truth, he said, will not exist at all. And he says until the last days. That's what we're in now. Because we are in the last Pisces that just entering Aquarius. So there's good ahead. That's what I want everybody to know. Don't be scared ever because of what's going on. It is ugly. You're going to see some ugly stuff, but it's better to prepare your mind for it so you don't have a heart attack because the Bible says when the truth is revealed, people are just going to drop dead of heart failure because they're going to be like, we're lied to our whole lives. We didn't listen to the conspiracy theorist crazy guy, Jonathan Black, and the other 1,000 people in the world that tried to tell people this stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And people don't have time to research like we do. You know why I had time? Because I'm sick and dying learning about disease. So I am not at work. I have the time to research. That's why you guys can't figure this out. It would take me to know what I know. Any man would have to live 5 lifetimes and remember everything he learns in each one while he's working. It would take at least 5 lifetimes minimum. But because I'm on disability for more than half my life, studying 24/7, finding answers, that's why I have this knowledge. So my blessing. See what I'm saying? Me being dad killed and dying and coming back again it sounds horrible. It is, but it's a blessing in the end.
I looked up Aleister Crowley as you were mentioning him, and he created this religion of Thelema. Yeah, so I did notice that, and so practically, like you're saying, we're all pawns. I had started to mention earlier in reference to Bush that there is a Bush actually working for NBC on the Today Show. That's Jenna Hager Bush.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about what are the ramifications.
Yeah.
It means that they have inside.
Yeah, and then of course, in reference to the Republican Party, in reference to Trump, I think either his daughter or daughter-in-law, is in charge of the Republican Party now. So, it's like, one way or another, we're going to be attacked.
It seems like we're sitting ducks, right? But I say vote for Trump if you're going to vote because it's going to bring good things, but it's an illusion kind of. But it'll help us buy time to prepare our hearts and our minds.
Right. Yeah.
And our spirit. So, because I really don't think it matters who you vote for. They're going to put in who they want. They always do.
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah. And then, of course, we don't want another January 6th either at the same time. But that may happen if Trump doesn't get his wish.
Well, everything, people that don't know prophecy don't know that it's actually the 4 horsemen already began with COVID. That was the first. That was the first seal broken.
Okay.
So we're going into the next one which I can't remember what color that horse is, but I think it's green, and it has to do with Muslims and small arms. It has to do with swords because that horse had a sword, and which signifies it's about small arms. And then when you go to you find out in the book, what's that book in the Bible?
Revelation?
It was about Nineveh and Jonah and the whale. They went
Okay.
the same.
Okay.
So it's when you look at that story, it's what we're going through exactly. They had the two eclipses that made an X over their town or their country or whatever over Nineveh.
Right.
And then they had the pandemic. They were warned to turn their faces back to God. In other words, don't do this homosexual stuff and poison the people and abort babies. Those are the things that he's concerned about. And we turned our face from God, from good and loving and caring of life to no care at all, really. And so that's why this is all happening, it says in the scripture. But so the next thing that happened was they didn't listen and turn their faces back to God. Then another eclipse came, and then they had another pandemic, but they were attacked with small arms, which is the second horse of Revelation, the green horse.
Right.
And so, and that's what we're going into. That's why they opened up our borders, because most of those people, you have China coming over the northern border, which no one talks about, not even people who know conspiracy theory for some reason.
Right. Well, before we hold on that thought, because one of your friends who actually is watching this, Mia Harrod, said Trump didn't start the riot on January 6th, the CIA did.
Yep, she's right.
Okay. Again,
and it's provable.
Okay.
But you won't find out. The only thing you find out these truths is you have to do the research yourself. And then you find documents, what they did, their actions, and it uncovers everything.
Right. And in reference to what you're saying about the green horse and Muslims, I think that's why the war with Hamas is going on.
Right.
I think that is, I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm just seeing that, like you're stating.
What I see going on is the U.S. dollar is going to be collapsed soon, and they're building the new digital currency banking testing system in Iraq right now. And it's wonderful success. Every banker around the world is raving about their success and how wonderful that system is working.
Yeah.
About to be launched. And I think when it's launched soon after, the U.S. dollar will be worth zero.
Yeah.
And then they're going to start digital now, because that system is designed to do digital banking.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Which again was prophesied in the Bible. Said that there'll come a time when they won't take your gold. Now remember, it's not talking about gold specifically.
Right.
Talking about currency that was used for exchange of goods, because back then that's all they used was gold coins.
Right.
So it's not talking about the gold. They'll take gold.
Yeah.
But what it's saying is they're not going to take physical currency.
Mm-hmm.
See? Because then they can control anybody at the push of a button. If they don't like what you're speaking, like they don't like what I'm saying right now, they go, let's shut them down, guys. Bing. I can't hide nowhere under my mattress. I'm done. I can't eat. I can't get gasoline. I can't pay bills. And that's why they work towards all this AI and all this computer control of everything, because they know that a lot of us people will not do these things for them, but the AI will. It has no conscience.
Yeah. I've actually got to prepare that, and Mia, as I'm happy that you made that statement about, that Trump didn't start the riot on January 6th. I do have to prepare, though, that the first episode that Jonathan and I did was deleted by YouTube. So I've got to prepare for this one, because I have the feeling, and I'm not saying it because
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm preparing that. Um, yeah,
Try to save it so that we can maybe put it on switch it to Rumble.
yeah, but
Don't go.
when I looked at Rumble, it costs to do that.
Can't you just go put something for free on Rumble?
Nope.
How about BitChute?
Uh, Text that to me later, though, in reference to it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I mean, I got into Rumble, but for this platform that I use for the podcast to go on there, it's a cost.
Okay.
It's a subscription. So
cost. We don't need that right now unless people
yeah,
donating.
yeah. Unless you know, um, people go to the Ko-fi, because I do have a Ko-fi for.
Well, anybody could donate to Joey for getting on a better platform that we cannot be shut down on, and
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
please help,
yeah,
because me and Joey are both in, between a rock and a hard place with financial,
yeah. Especially because of my knee and everything,
right.
and in reference to disability and stuff. So, I mean, I've got to I'm putting up my own fights. And I mean, we both have a major supporter in reference to,
American Fox.
yes,
Shout
yes.
out to-
Let me hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me. I got it. I got to be good for a minute. So bear with me.
Taking care
We,
of this.
yeah, we talk about this. Um, of course, who we're talking about in reference to. Just bear with me a minute. Let me. Let me. There we go. All right. Just bear with me one moment. In reference to who we're talking about just now, this is American Fox. She is. It should be bringing her up. There we go. This is American Fox. She is the podcast #1 fan, #1 supporter. Always has questions to back me up, and she's a sweetheart. She's someone, a real life superheroine who really just sticks it. Really just believes in us, and really is a true superheroine and fights crime at night and so on. But she is this podcast's #1 fan and #1 supporter. Always will be a support in every which way, and Jonathan and I talk about it in reference to it, and she enjoys these podcasts that we do. So yes, we are grateful to American Fox for that. We're also grateful to Mia for being on here as well. Mia, if you decide you want to join us for the next one, let Jonathan know. Because it doesn't hurt to actually have others on in reference to it. It can make even a more more interesting discussions, and I'd love to make these like town halls. I really did. I did it for scleroderma a couple of years ago in reference to.
Explain scleroderma.
And we
I think
There we go. Okay.
cut out.
Yeah, we got cut off for a minute.
Yeah. I
Um,
bars.
Mia's thinking about it. Just to let you know, John. Mia's thinking about coming on
Okay.
the next one. Yeah.
He has
She
knowledge.
did,
He's a
yeah.
little intellectual.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be as fun if it's smart stuff, smart sounding.
Well, it doesn't hurt to try, though. To be honest. Yeah. It doesn't hurt to have extra opinions.
No,
you know?
no, it's no. I'm just joking. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
She's more.
Well, she gets mad. She gets mad. She's gonna get mad at you.
She has better.
She just did very funny.
She'll give you better detail with what she's talking about than I do. I look over the little details because I'm focused on the mission. I'm focused on the pieces of the puzzle.
Right.
I don't care what color tie somebody's wearing, you know.
Right. Of course not.
Or what their name is. I'm looking at the agenda.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Focus.
You just got called a smartass, just to let you know.
Because I love having fun.
Of course.
Dirty love and fun, Joey, right?
Yes. Yep. Just like the old days. Just like the old days.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah.
That's my brother,
yeah.
Right? Joey Calvo.
Yeah. Mia, you gotta remember, we went to school together. So yeah, there's a lot to us that may be learned. American Fox, yeah.
Learn.
She said, I'm kidding, but yeah. But yeah, Mia, like I said, if you accept the invite, I will let Jonathan know when we're going to do another one. I'm actually doing an election day podcast with an actress. So it may happen. It will happen next week. In reference to it. This week is going to be kind of difficult because, I have doctor's appointments and so on, especially tomorrow. But we're going to wrap it up at this point here for now.
All right, go out and vote, right? And vote your conscience. Don't get caught up in anything that I say, but try to be more alert in the future, and be yourself. Trust yourself, no one else.
Yeah.
Own, logistics,
Mm-hmm.
And because otherwise you don't want to find out one day you were a lemming,
Yeah.
Because that's really what comes down to. I've been played. We all are.
Yeah.
There ain't one of us that wasn't. So don't feel bad. It's just, try to wake up. That's my message to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have faith and don't choose labels or sides, because that's what they want. Because what they're afraid of, before we go, Joey, this must be what they're afraid of us is, and that's what I said in the beginning about how Rome set up the games so that we're focused on having a tribe and that we're like, go, go Giants,
Yeah.
then we don't come together as a people, as a tribe,
right?
To stop the slavery and control of us, our tribe.
Mm-hmm.
One tribe of people, not I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I'm white, I'm black, and that's where we fall apart.
Yeah,
that's what they want. And if you notice, if you pay attention, that's all they're ever doing on the news. They tried to call us racist just because we're white, and it's like, come on, that's such racism right there. They were the racists with that.
Right.
You see? And so don't be played like that. Don't be played like a fool. I'm not a racist because I'm white. I married a Chinese woman.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Racism is something I don't see anywhere, really. I mean, it's there, but small pockets, and they ain't worth nothing. And it's not like they could take over the world. We'll take them down if we want to in a heartbeat. So
right.
It's nothing. It's not a big movement, and they make it like the whole world is racist. Now you got to question that right there. You got to say, why are you playing us as dumb? Because we know That's not true. Me and Joey had black friends, some really good ones, man.
Yeah.
We had like a 50-50 kind of school, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
And was there racial riots back in the 60s and 70s? Yeah, there was. It was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But those days are long gone since the 60s, the late 60s. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
not bring, you know,
Yeah.
let's ash something that's dead.
So yeah. So we're gonna end it right here. Because I have something to deal with within the next hour, and Jonathan has an idea about, like I said, outside of American Fox. Um, Mia just said that she admires our friendship, true and like I said, Mia, there's a lot to Jonathan and I that actually would surprise. He could tell you how what I was like in school. So I mean, um, and when American Fox learned about it, I mean, she was amazed as well, and and it's kind of I've picked up where I was back then in school. So definitely, me, like I said, the invite's there. If you decide you want to do it, I will let Jonathan know. I think we're looking at next week.
I thought you were doing a different show next week. And I thought we were coming back in 2 weeks, is what I was understanding.
No.
Oh,
No, I mean I do podcasts Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
You do? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm doing one for Election Day. Yes, but I'm.
Well, I won't be there for that one.
Yeah, I know you won't be there for that one.
It's not useful to my work.
Yes,
That's better. You're better with somebody who doesn't know what I know for that
right.
one.
Oh no, well that one's an actress that's coming on.
Right.
That day. So
was it a her?
Yeah, it's a her. Yeah. It's Lauren Marie Taylor. She's actually supposed to be filming a movie this week. So she's coming on Election Day. And then I have.
Make sure you tag me in. I'm interested in watching that one.
Oh yeah. I'll give you the. Well, all you have to do is go on YouTube and click on live.
Remember, I'm absent-minded, Joey. That's why you got to remind me to get.
Yeah, he's saying this, not me. Okay, he's saying this. I don't believe it.
So much things. I'm a researcher. I'm a scientist. Build things.
Yeah.
I'm a magic.
Oh yeah.
So that's the way it is.
Yeah, but I'm looking at my calendar as we're chatting, and I mean, we could do the day before Election Day. We could do the Thursday after. That's something we're going to discuss later on. Mia, whatever date comes up, definitely see Jonathan about. She just called you a hot mess. Yeah, he is we're both. Hey, I'm divorced now, so we're both divorced. We're both available.
That's Joey, that's code word for he's got a hot ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If only. Well, I don't know if the second person knows about it. The first person does. And so did and supposedly so did the ex-wife before we got divorced. Yeah.
I want to say before we go, I want to say thank you for having me on again, Joe. I love you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And we both.
I want the best for all of you. That's what I'm here for.
Right.
I want the best.
Yeah. Right. And
I want the best for you.
Yeah. And I believe it. I believe it. And like I told him in the beginning, American Fox is enjoying this series and really. Oh, man just said he hasn't seen. She hasn't seen his ass yet. Well, that's between you and him on that part. But mine's not the greatest either, though.
Joe, you've seen it.
Yeah. But in reference to
ain't we?
Yeah. but in reference to oh, she said she plans to. Well,
it's on Facebook.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I clicked on her profile. She ain't bad looking.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't bad looking.
Beautiful young woman.
Yes, Mia. We're saying great things about you as well as we do about American Fox.
Joey, it's Maya, like my.
Oh, Maya.
Think of the I as a Y.
Okay. Maya, I apologize.
That's all right.
I'm used to. I'm apologizing to her.
I know, but she's got some strength. She's all right.
Okay. Yeah. It like I said, I see MIA and I'm thinking Mia, not thinking Maya.
Yeah,
but yeah, I did see her profile when she liked the comment, like the post I sent. So, like I said, we're gonna end it here. We will be doing another podcast soon. She said, "No worries, it happens a lot." But like I said, the invitation's there. When we set up the date and time, he will let you know. Because I like to make it. Yeah. She said, "Beautiful. Thank you for this live show, and have a great night." You too, Maya. And like I said, John will let you know what goes on. Of course, I'm in Philadelphia. He's in Midwest. So,
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Home of cows and pot smokers, I think.
Yeah. And all those residences that Eric Estrada tried to sell back in the 90s and 2000s.
Really? Heard about that.
Yeah, Cherokee. Yeah. Cherokee Acres or something like that.
I have like 1/16 of Cherokee, or 1/32 or maybe 1/64 Cherokee.
Yeah. No, there was a whole he used to do all these infomercials on properties.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Cherokee, I think it was Cherokee Pines or something like that. Now if you go on like Proxibid,
right,
which is almost like a government, not a government, that's GovPlanet, where they sell the surplus. But Proxibid, on the Proxibid auction site, if you go to real estate, you'll see a lot of property in Oklahoma, Texas, California, Nevada, all this mountainous area, literally up for auction. And I had like thought about it. So, all right. So,
well, maybe we'll start a farm store.
Yeah. She Maya said, "Need to have a show dedicated to the conspiracy theories because that seems to be the new truth today." Well, Maya, like I said, come on here with us the next time, and we'll make it that way. Because
if it's controversial, it's good news.
Yeah. But Maya, my suggestion is this: if we're gonna do that, we got to raise money to get this platform that I use onto Rumble. And I can put it on Rumble. I did look it up. I can put it on Rumble, but it's going to cost me at least I think it was. What did I say? I think I said like $15 or $20 a month to do it.
Well, double that is always in business. Always double what the product, what the parts are that you got to put into the machine.
Yeah.
So 15, just say $40 a month.
Yeah, at least 40.
Right.
And then Rumble didn't cost me anything to join, but for me to actually link YouTube
the link,
was another like at least 40 or 50 a month.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Double
so
that.
I mean, yeah. Oh no, that is the double.
Oh, okay.
That is the double. So I think I did a I have to double check. I think I did a GoFundMe for it because I was like, I wouldn't mind. I would want to do that because it's easier to put it there because and YouTube will shut me down for this probably because it's better on the free speech.
Well, you know what? This is what people do, Joey.
Yeah.
That have this problem. They put an intro of the video here for notification to people with the link down in the, what do they call it, information or whatever section. Yeah. You put a link to the Rumble podcast.
Yeah.
They can go from here when they get notification that you're live.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so it's like you got less than a minute clip here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just for notification.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, because
the episode is about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because the platform I use, before I even get into the studio, I have to give the description and everything.
What about TikTok? Doesn't TikTok do live? Did you look into that?
No, and I don't believe in. I mean, I can do an Instagram live.
You know what I hate about Rumble?
Yeah,
is their comments. It's like you don't have any. You really can't save anything. Like what you watched, you can't. If you go on to something else, but you wanted to go back previous, or you wanted to share that with somebody that you walked up to, and you're like, oh, where was that? What was that?
Yeah.
And the other thing is with the comments, when somebody comments, it's like you got to go hunt your comment down out of hundreds of comments and then try to find that comment and then go find who commented back to you. And it's like a pain in. But I mean, YouTube does have the ultimate platform. It really does. Facebook does.
Yeah. Yeah. And in reference to like, as we're speaking,
in Rumble, you don't have Zoom. You can't zoom your screen to read something that's fine print, or like when somebody puts up something, a meme to read, and you got on your phone, you can zoom with your thumbs on the YouTube, but you can't on Rumble. Right.
And see, like right now, I'm going to put up the clip, the statement that Amaya just made about see, I can pull these up in reference to it.
Mm-hmm.
With this platform. And, like I put up Maya's comment about need to have the show dedicated to conspiracy theories because it seems to be the new truth. And I agree, and one thing that Jonathan
change the title to update it for the world, because what it's turning out to be is not theories anymore. The theories are being proven as fact. So it's conspiracy fact show.
Okay, well that'll be the next one. Is like I said, the next one will be conspiracy fact show.
Or think about it. Come up with something, but if you can get something a little more catchy that says the same thing.
Yeah,
maybe you can.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that will be the next one, and like I said, Maya's got the invitation to come on. But definitely, I will let Jonathan know. I do have. I think I even sent it to him the first time I did it, but I gotta double check the GoFundMe. I think I have a GoFundMe to go on Rumble and linking all this together because I really want to do that. And and getting back into politics real quick, you know, um, of course, Kamala was on Stephen Colbert, and what did they do? They drank beer, you know, and and they're that theory is coming out in reference to the beer drinking.
When you ever see something like that, it's like they're trying. It means they have nothing good for you and the people in your country. They're trying to just be like, kind of like Bill Clinton did. He went out to the bars. He's playing saxophone. So now all the college kids wanted to vote for him, and colleges and school teachers always push Democrat, always.
Yeah.
It's their hub,
Yeah.
because they want to convert all the kids and raise them that way.
Yeah.
Opportunity to bake it into their brains.
And then Trump was supposed to be on the Joe Rogan podcast, and Joe Rogan was paid like $250 million from Spotify, believe it or not, which when we had the audio version of it, actually was on Anchor.fm.
I have to look into that if I feel like it to see if it's even true, but
yeah. But
I research less now, Joey, because it's just like you get to once you get to a certain level of this, you just know you could just count on everything being a lie and just be like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let me just prepare myself for whatever. Be a Boy Scout, Girl Scout, be prepared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime. Well, it's all a show. It's a show.
Yeah. Maya just said that Harris is a terrible person, a liar, and blew her way to the top.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like you said, that's her opinion.
Well, he did. No, like you see, she doesn't even have any intelligence. There's no way she could have ever. I don't know how she got through college, because she just has no brains at all. She's empty.
Well, remember you mentioned earlier in reference to Trump being at McDonald's and stuff. Kamala actually worked at a McDonald's, so he went to McDonald's.
McDonald's says that's bull. They said they went to go look up in their records and history of people that they've employed and wrote paychecks out to. They said we can't find Kamala anywhere.
Okay.
So that's not true at all.
Okay. Well, like I said.
That's why I said it seems like that's why people were like, is McDonald's supporting Trump? And maybe that's because their food ain't poisoned no more. And and I went to go food. Me and Joey talked about this before we started the show. I went to go food because I wanted to see something. It tasted like not like it used to. It was weird. It was just weird. It was off.
What Jonathan doesn't know is I actually have in my hand a McDonald's iced coffee.
Well, I
know with chocolate in it. So even though I'm supposed to be on decaf.
Well, to be honest with you, with my research, good luck trying to find food that's not got parasites or poison in it. It's like near impossible.
Yeah.
It's not easy to win the food wars anymore. Like you could do it in the past, but don't believe that it's organic that says organic either. That's a joke.
Right. Well,
I had two employees that worked in produce at Whole Foods. They both told me they don't even know each other.
Wow.
They said they were from two different Whole Foods. I met them at parties.
Wow.
And they said they were college students, and they said that it's not all organic. They said we don't have enough. We can't get enough organic to have all that organics. They said you're lucky if it's 60% organic. They said we put out conventional stuff as organic.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have a store.
Yeah. But you also got to remember who just bought Whole Foods? Amazon.
Right.
And where do I work part-time? Amazon.
Plus, you don't know there's secret ways. Like, for instance, to put chemicals in tobacco to make it and make it addictive. It's not the tobacco that does that if you do the research. Real tobacco is non-addictive, and it actually can kill parasites. It's a good medicine, actually. It's amazing. That's why it's so sacred to the American Indians.
Right.
But what it is they put the toxins in the soil so that it ends up in the plant.
Right.
And
right.
and then with pills, like those capsules that are encapsulated, they put poisons in the capsule material itself because that's not on the label as an ingredient.
Right. Right.
They have tricks like this. They're crafty wizards.
Yeah.
They're wizards.
Yeah. So definitely the next podcast, Maya, we want you to come on. I really do want you to come on, and I really want you to share your opinions with as much as Jonathan's, because I'm making this a series. I mean, we're gonna probably if we don't do it before Election Day, it'll probably be the Thursday after, in reference to it. I mean, like I said, it's something that Jonathan and I are going to work out later on in the week. But definitely, I want you to come on. I want you to give your opinion. I want you to share this with as many people as you can. And I know possibly another classmate of ours that we both know. I got a shout out the last time. Is getting another shout out this time if this video doesn't get deleted. That's Kathy Palfy, otherwise known as Kathy Moravasic. She is happy that we're both okay for now, and is like I said, glad that Jonathan's doing okay because the last time we all got together really was like 2 years ago, and where I would eventually like to get us all back together again, because we actually we would be celebrating in June 35 years since we left high school. It's been that long. So I mean, we may try to do something. It's a project and a half right now because of costs and stuff. But like I said, share this podcast with everybody. I will let Jonathan know in reference to the GoFundMe to have him share it with you so you can share it with people. I'd like to expand this to Rumble, because I do feel that there is more on Rumble that YouTube can handle. Well, actually, I believe it would still be brought onto YouTube from Rumble, but
put this on a memory stick drive before they take it down, if just in case.
Here's the only problem. This Chromebook actually became outdated. So I don't even have.
Why you got to double your donation price of cost so that you can replace gear when something fries out. See, that's why you have to double it, because otherwise you can end up in a hole.
Okay, American Fox. She said that too. She said that too.
She's smart. You got
she is.
You have to think like that. Don't you? Your business will never last.
Yeah. And the other thing, that Jonathan and I talk about is kind of what I like to do as a hobby, or it's kind of my getaway, is I go down to Atlantic City and I go to the casinos. So the other thing I've been working on,
barely ever.
Yeah. And the other thing I've been working on, Maya, just to give you an idea of who I am, not only do I work at Amazon part-time and loading and unloading trucks, even though right now I'm kind of sidelined because of my knee, I do go to casinos. I'm in the process of working on getting a casino bus service to serve different casinos where, like what Greyhound does and like what Suburban Transit used to do in Somerset growing up. They take, yeah. that's what I'm trying to do, Maya. Is trying to I'm raising money to buy buses, use buses, and do it from South Jersey, Philadelphia area because I'm in Philadelphia. So that's something I've been working on, and and I was on the phone with one bank today, and it wasn't negative, which I was amazed, but I have to go at a lower stage with it, in reference to money wise, but it wasn't a negative thing. So I actually could say that was something good out of it. But yeah, Maya, share this because one, I'd like to have you on the next podcast with us in reference to this. Bring and a show, Maya. Like I said, you and Jonathan in reference to that. Yes, I have no problem doing it. Like I said, we'll set it up and we'll do conspiracy facts, natural healing, this, and this. I mean, I've had podcasts where I've had healers, I've had comedians. I actually had a comedian, Joe Fernandez. I've had Gregory Jabbar from Blue Bloods. I had Carol Alt, the model, and we're good friends. I've had Eric Essex, the smooth jazz guitarist, and we're good friends. Matter of fact, I've got the creator of a superheroine called UltraGirl coming on the 19th. I've got another doctor coming on the week before Thanksgiving. I've got I do a year-end podcast. I try to do it in Atlantic City, believe it or not. So I do my, and I gotta stop using the word try. I attempt to make these the best possible. And since Jonathan and I got this series started now, I'm starting to push buttons. I had told myself literally that I was going to go to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting to be the next Howard Stern. Seriously. I started at like 30 years now, but almost 30 years ago. And 20 years after the first time I went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I went back again, and the prices went up, of course, but they were like, hey, you come up with $3,500, we'll get you in the door. You just make payments on the rest. So if I could raise $50,000, to be on Rumble, yeah, I'll go back to broadcasting school. I'll go to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting and get on like New Jersey 101.5 and make the podcast a radio show and do it that way. So I mean, there's a lot we could do. It's just getting the funds together to do it. So Maya, if you're still watching, definitely help whatever way you can.
Well, I hope you can pursue that because I think you'd be great at it, especially with learning more about it, getting some training with like speaking and different things. There's a lot to learn, and doing a great job without that yet. So when you think about
and Maya, like I said, share this. I will. Matter of fact, when we finish this, I'm going to double check the GoFundMe and give Jonathan the link, and he can give it to you. Share it. If you could, if this podcast could raise $50,000, literally, 20,000 of that alone is just for the school. Okay, $20,000 of that is just for the school, and that's 12 weeks. No, that's 16 weeks of classes.
but
And then
We feed lost fleas and ticks. Don't
Yeah,
So 10% goes to that.
yeah, yeah. So So yeah,
Ticks, fleas.
yeah, yeah. Maya just said, "I see a check in your future. Manifest it."
Eh,
Okay,
no,
Maya. One thing I will say, and she's laughing. One thing I will say is, I always want to see proof. If if it can happen, I want to see it. Because I
well, that's interesting that you put it that way because really, how you make it happen is you got to see it. You have to
yeah
see mine. So
yeah
start then, and I in that sense, I agree with you, Joey.
yeah, and then on top of that,
I
I've
see.
gone through psychiatrists and stuff, and the one psychiatrist literally said this podcast was my therapy. So I've actually started to believe that, and I actually stopped going to a psychologist and stuff because they really couldn't help me. Because this is wait a minute, John. This is what she's saying. She just said, see it in your mind first, then feel how you will be, and then do that daily, and it will happen.
Well, you have to
Uh,
feel gratitude. You're giving thanks that it's already received. That's another key aspect of that. It's mind heart science,
yeah,
and that up. And I think Greg Braden, who saved that company, the big corporation Cisco, when they went under, he's the
yeah.
one who saved them, and he teaches. I think it's called heart mind science or something like that. Uh,
Okay.
Braden, he's a good teacher of that. If anybody wants to know
Yeah.
how to make the two become one, your thoughts and your heart gratitude, and that's all it is. You see it and you feel it, you smell it, and you give thanks that, and you bring that feeling of like when you received a great gift, you bring
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of gratitude into your heart as if
Yeah.
received. Those are the secrets right there
Yeah.
for what he's talking about.
Yeah. And yeah. Matter of fact, there is a Cisco um, food company down in South Philadelphia. Well, I'm kind of considered South Philadelphia too.
They make computer stuff too, don't they? Didn't they have a Cisco?
Well, that's a different spelling. That's CISCO.
Oh,
The
is
one
it?
I'm talking about is SYSCO.
Huh, I thought he was with the. I thought he was with the food one. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a S and a C one.
Oh,
The food one's with an S, and this is
yeah.
just.
The food one's with an S. That one. There's one in
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. There's one in South Philly. She just said this. Maya just said this. See as if it happened. See as see is see it as if it happened. Feel as it happened. Act like it already happened. Then
Mm.
give thanks. Do
Right.
this daily. Watch the movie The Secret.
Well,
Uh
the gratitude. Yeah.
you know what I'm thinking about is the one movie that I read, the one novel I read, and it it became a big movie, and now I gotta double check YouTube on that because um I actually gotta look up. I actually have to look up my own channel. As funny as it seems. Um, the Shack. That's what it was. And The Shack was a good movie. It was a good novel to read. It was how you got to see. It was well, actually, it started off about a young girl who was murdered while on a camping trip with her family. Her father blamed God for her being murdered, found in a shack, murdered. Um, and he got invited back to the shack. And when he went back, he actually kind of went through some. He spent some time on at the shack, but the shack turned into an actual real life shack, and it was you got to see the three parts, the three um, God, Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I never seen that.
It was a very good movie.
Called like that's the title, The Shack.
The Shack is the name of the book. Yeah, and when I read it, like I said, it really got to me.
It was made into a movie, but you read the book.
I read the book first, and then I just saw the movie like earlier this year.
Oh, was it newly released, kind of?
No, the movie was out for years.
Oh, okay.
Movie was out years ago.
But
I've been wanting to see the movie, and I never got the chance. So I found it on YouTube. So I got to see the whole movie on YouTube this year.
We're getting attacked by jumping things.
Yeah. But we're going to end it here because it's getting late for both of us. Thank you, everyone, for watching this podcast on YouTube. Share this with everybody as fast as possible because who knows if this video gets deleted. I will find out probably within the next couple days if it does.
Right.
Maya, if you're still watching, like I said, the invitation will be here. Maya just said that was a good movie. The book was better. Are we talking about The Shack in reference to that? Because, the book was good. I did read it. I actually had authors on. Matter of fact, I got I just got 2 books from that author, but not the author I'm talking about now. Okay, yes, The Shack. Okay, but yeah, Maya, you got to come on this podcast because I think people, I say everybody has a story, and I really want your opinions to come out. I had Jonathan's come out because he did a Facebook video, and I turned around and I said, "Listen, man, you gotta come on my podcast. Here's the platform. Bring it out the best we can."
Let me just say, I'd like to say something about that.
Go ahead.
That's the stuff that I think is really our better focus. I like to just show people the ugly stuff so they could see that we need to do that stuff. That's focus, but we need to first get people to see what's wrong.
Yeah.
We can start taking care of business because you got to remember, and I think that's something that we never touched upon, but only just a hair of it. But is that on the video that I did on my own?
Yeah.
That we are the sons of God. Whether you're a woman or a man, we are the sons of God because there's no male or female.
Right.
We're children. Is a way to say it. But that's the way it's written, sons. But when it says sons, know that it's both.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not about male and female at all.
Right.
So we are the children. We are the divine children, in fact, and that's why the God of the Old Testament is called a jealous God because he's jealous. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was created before us.
Right.
But so it's time for the people to wake up to their connection to Source, Father, God, whatever you want to call it. I don't even like the word God because it's really a name of something else. But that's why Father works. Jesus told us the name of our Father is Father.
Right.
Anything else.
Yeah.
So that's his name.
So
and we never did. and so now, but anyway, I really think that, if we come together and we can get people together, I've seen it before. We are powerful together. We could be that more powerful than that alone if we ate right, but none of us do. So, but if we put our light and our power, which is light actually, we put that together in agreement on a subject, there's so much we could do. And that's our greatest weapon. That's better than a sword, you see.
Yeah.
And
Maya, you have to. I'm sorry, John. Maya, if you're still on, friend me on Facebook because I just tried to friend you and it won't let me. So, yeah, I want you on a friend on my in my friends on my in my friends group, so that way you'll be able to see what I live my life, quote unquote. Um, Definitely because, like I said, all right, thank you. It's under Joseph, though, not Joey. If you do Joey, that's the corrupted one. That was the hacked one. It's under Joseph. So,
how did I get you on there? Am I on the wrong one?
you're on there. You're on mine.
Well, how did I do that? I don't remember. You sent in a new friend request for a new account.
Yeah, I
Oh,
sent the DM to you.
I forgot then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I got you.
All right.
And I got the X too.
Okay.
I talked. Well, we talked about that. But next podcast that we're gonna do, we're gonna go into um, that we should have gone to like 2 podcasts ago. But we wanted I wanted to get this election one done because of election day coming up, and again, you want your voices heard, vote. If you don't want your voice heard, don't complain about what happens.
Right. And Joe,
So,
what we
go
should
ahead.
really do is we should play my short video. That's how we should do that show. Maybe that's why it had to come down. And maybe if there's something that we need to bleep out, we bleep it.
I don't edit them, so you know what? Like I said, if YouTube deletes it and I get a strike for it, I get a strike for it.
It's better to play their game so that you can get something, get the message out there.
Right. But at the same time, I don't edit these things.
Because that was very fun. That was what you call the Holy Spirit speaking through me.
Yeah.
And that's why it's very powerful. It's kind of almost not me speaking.
Yeah.
And that happens on its own. So I felt it on me by the Spirit, and so I hit record. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maya, I just added you. Thank you. But like I'm saying, this is why like I said, when I finish this, I'm gonna check Rumble, not Rumble, check the GoFundMe, and I'm gonna give Jonathan the link, and I will actually Maya, I'm actually gonna post it. All right, you have a good night, Maya. It was nice meeting you officially, and
yep, thank you.
Yeah, and we're gonna end this here. So, like I said, the next podcast that we do, we are gonna go into the religious. We are going to, at the same time, really push boundaries. I've been. Jonathan would be like, "What the hell is wrong with him? He never did this when we were in school. Why is he doing it now at the late age?" But I kind of gotta thank American Fox for that, though.
On that point, Joey, you know what's going on is people are waking up.
Yeah,
that's what time frame we're in energetically in this shift to the new age.
Yeah,
it's not the end of the world that the Bible's talking about, or the Mayans. They're talking end of an age,
right?
The beginning of a new age. That's all it is. There is no end.
Right. Right.
So and that's what I like to point out to people so that they don't get freaked out, like like that, because that's not what it is. We're gonna go through some rough times, yeah, and people's hearts are gonna fail them, yes. But once that's over, it's over, and the new age has begun. This mess, because they're desperately fighting to stop the new age of goodness and truth coming. That's why it's making them naturally expose themselves, that the people who couldn't see what we saw for our whole lifetimes and we tried to share, now they're able to see it on their own. And if they can't, they got issues. They need to go see some doctor, because
Maya just made the comment. It's the Great Awakening.
it is the Great Awakening.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about the next time. Maya, you got to come on this one because all opinions are always welcome, even though they're not of this podcast or of my own.
And it's not my opinion.
Yeah. We want. I do this to make it heard. So, like I said, in reference to it, Maya, as you're getting ready to do something, definitely, I will send the link out for the next one, or Jonathan will reach out to you, or I'll reach, or you can reach out to me, because she said it's just fun to talk about weird shit, and all cursing is allowed. Yeah, I don't hold anything back. Like I said, I don't edit this, so we can say whatever the fuck we want.
Very much.
Yeah. Thank you, YouTube. But of course, if it cuts, it cuts. I have to deal with it. That's why, like I said, I want to raise a lot of money to get on Rumble. So, like I said, Maya, if you love us as we are, if you saw us when we were like back then, you would be more with Jonathan than with me. I was the goody two shoes. He was the partier.
Together in trigonometry class.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Those were the days. Yeah. I was. Let's just say it this way. I was the math freak.
Yeah.
Literally, I was the math freak. I was always in the higher lever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the upper echelon class of math, to the point where I literally, and I'm gonna, in reference to it, I actually taught algebra freshman year. Okay. There is one classmate, I can't mention names, but one classmate of that freshman class, and literally threw the algebra book right at me when I stood up in front of the class, because I was too fucking smart for that.
He did all my math homework for me, and I got A pluses. Thinking,
no, I literally taught. Matter of fact, there's a theory to that teacher too. I can't mention it in reference to that class, but Maya, believe me, there's a lot about us you would love to learn. Like I said, like I mentioned about Atlantic City, and I mentioned guests that I've had on this podcast. Like I said, I've had a smooth jazz guitarist. She said I was the party in high school. Now the goody two shoes. Maya, can I test that? No. I'm joking. Only if you were in the Philadelphia, South Jersey area, I would say that. That's what I get for being divorced, Jonathan. It's like I still want to have fun.
Yeah.
I still, let's just say I miss the wild stuff. Okay, and I'm not talking about the booze.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about that other dirty sin.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss it. It's been years. Maya's cracking up about it. Maya, be careful. All right, folks. On a serious note, we're gonna extend this again. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes.
Uh,
Jonathan said it, not me.
I know nothing. It's not my opinion.
Yeah, not my opinion. I mean, yes, I missed that, but wait a minute, Maya, wait a minute. Now, we really got. You really don't think sex is a sin? To me, of course they say sex is, but
What you should do is you just don't release.
yeah,
Well,
but yeah, Maya, you definitely gotta come on the next podcast, Maya. We
never cast your seed on the ground.
yeah. She said it's questionable. Yeah, Maya, you gotta come on the next podcast. In all seriousness, you gotta come on this next podcast because we gotta hear you. We gotta hear your opinions. We gotta make the. I really believe we can make this more enjoyable. Yeah, and and actually, one thing about American Fox, I'm going to admit, okay, that I've learned about her. She is actually a bisexual superheroine. Okay, she's a bisexual superheroine.
Hour or something.
No. The bisexual is in reference to when she's in trouble.
Oh.
But fighting. She's like Wonder Woman without a lasso. In reference to that. In reference to superpowers.
Okay.
But in reference to, you don't hear much about bisexual superheroines. American Fox is one of them. So, but believe me,
I'm actually a lesbian. I've never touched one man in my life.
Oh,
I'm pure lesbian.
Okay, actually,
you're not a lesbian.
No, I'm not. No,
I'm
straight. I'm straight for women. I'm straight for women.
You like men? That's okay with me.
No. I actually, Jonathan, would you believe I tried to test that theory one time?
Yeah.
Remember the old Hamilton lanes?
The bowling alley? Yeah.
Yeah. They turned that into a gay club.
Oh, really?
I went in there one night. I sat in the corner. I literally just sat in the corner.
Oh, I remember they did that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's
right. First gay bar, I think, right?
Yeah, I haven't been over that way in a while.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I remember I remember John McGardle and what was his name? The two wrestling stars of their 9th grade era.
Okay.
They went in there and pretended that they were a couple. Just to check.
Wait a minute. You guys, Maya actually said this. She said she's from Iceland. Nudity was normal. Topless babes.
Oh yeah.
America makes the body shameful. Not Europe.
You remember Nicole? Nicole was from there, and she was bringing into guitar class, sharing her beach photos of her and all her friends and family all naked.
Oh,
she was cool.
Well, Maya, in reference to that statement, I would have to see it in person for that.
Oh, it's real. It's
just... Oh no, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying. If you got the body to flaunt, let me see it. As much, I even say that to American Fox. I even said that to American Fox. I wanted to see that body because I literally, I'm trying to enjoy the latter portion of life. You know,
Get a
in
quartet.
reference to in reference to the 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 sexual. Too many tourists in Iceland now. That was 30 years ago.
You got to get a yacht, and then you can play that song. Well, how does it go? Something like,
I'm too sexy for.
no, something like yachts and hoes, or something,
uh,
or
but
bitches and or
yeah.
something.
No, I don't. I can't go. I can't go down to to P Diddy and all them now in reference to that. Not after
Well,
what's going on in reference to that.
guys are,
Yeah, yeah. But I personally would like to see that. Okay, that okay. Like I've said it to American Fox once, and I freaked her out. Okay,
love you, bro.
all right, yeah, all right, yeah. I gotta end it as well. Thank you, everyone. Jonathan, we will chat later on, and we'll have this set up so we can have Maya on the next one. All
Yeah.
right, everybody. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.
Thanks, Joey. Thanks,
All
Maya.
right. Yep. Thanks,
And
Maya.